So thank you so much for all the details so far. Now I wanted to find out when you started kindergarten
Mm.
in Jos,
Mm.
you were bigger than the other children, no?
Yeah, I was almost the age of secondary school, but I didn't, I'm still starting. That is, at that time, you may see people 12 starting in primary school.
So it was common.
It was common.
Okay.
It was not like now when you start at 5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So were there very many small ones?
There is not many small ones because many people came, migrated from the south
Okay.
at older age.
Okay.
And
Why did you? Do you know why people migrated from the south?
looking for a greener pasture now, because just as people are traveling to Europe now to find the wealth.
So at that time there were lots of.
Yeah, in the south, you just finish, you go in the townships. Going to the township is just what people are doing now, migrating to Europe.
So people were having jobs in the north.
Yeah, in the townships.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Okay, in
The
towns.
others are the villages.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so when you went and so you were not alone to be big.
no,
So it was not an issue.
it's not an issue.
Okay, and then in classroom, what was the language of the teachers?
English.
English.
Yeah.
So how did you manage? Because at first
You
did.
just try and listen, and somebody will be explaining to you.
Who?
An Igbo student will be explaining.
So the other students.
Yeah, just as when I learned, I started explaining to people who are new.
Ah.
But gradually, when you're in the class, gradually you start to understand them. But outside,
Yeah.
people speak Pidgin or Hausa. Hausa is lingua franca.
For the
So
north,
if you are
yeah.
there not, must learn to speak Hausa. So you speak Hausa, Igbo, or and Pidgin.
Pidgin.
Yoruba speak Yoruba, Pidgin, and in class English.
Yeah. So when they were playing together outside the class, they were using what?
Pidgin.
Pidgin.
Mm.
Mostly Pidgin.
Mostly Pidgin.
So there were people that were Hausa speakers in
Yeah.
the school.
Yeah.
What tribe were they from?
Hausa Christians and Christians in the north.
Uh-huh.
That place is middle belt. Those that are Christian,
They will go to that school.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't go to Muslim mosques.
Yeah. Were they Catholic schools?
Yeah, they were Catholics also.
Okay.
But mine is Anglican.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you manage to learn Hausa? Was it difficult for you?
Every day now, Sanu, Inakwana, Sanu Dezua, Megida, you start learning Inakwana, Lafialo. You just learn them very quickly.
Yeah. I think that Hausa is simpler than Igbo.
Yeah, it's simpler.
Okay.
Because if you see somebody, you must greet him.
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to learn is how to greet, to be accepted. So the first thing I learned, Nafana, Megida, Sanu, Yellow, Inapana, Lafialo. So you learn it very quickly.
And you were going to the market sometimes with your master?
No, they took a long time before I went to market.
Okay.
I wasn't serving him. He wasn't bringing me up.
Yeah.
I didn't go as a servant.
Yeah. Okay. And then when you went to Kafanchan, was the language there the same?
Hausa, yes,
Hausa.
and Igbos and Pidgin, yeah.
Okay. But there were less number of thieves, or there were still a lot?
There were thieves, but they speak Hausa.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing. All those tribes speak Hausa. You know that the people are dominant are Fulani, but unfortunately the language is Hausa.
Yeah.
So whether you are TV or this, you are speaking Hausa.
Now, from your experience since then, obviously now you are older, what is your feeling about being multilingual like that?
It's very few to adopt. It helped me in life. So wherever I go, I know that I must learn how to say greetings in the language. For French, I say bonjour, monsieur, bonjour, madame. And English, I say good morning, good evening. And Yoruba, I speak. And the Hausa I speak. It makes you Jewish people, that you are open. So it's very good. That's why I encourage people to learn the language of wherever they are.
It's very important, yeah. So it helped you probably
It
learn.
helped me, yeah. When we were at Ibadan, I was speaking in Yoruba, trying to greet in people in Yoruba. They are happy. And when in Igbo land, I speak Igbo. And when in the north, I speak Hausa. In France, I speak French. In England, I'm speaking English. So
What would be your advice for people about languages?
learn as many languages as possible to connect.
Is there a language that you prefer?
Um,
Is it your own or?
I like Igbo. That's why I write books in Igbo. Bedike na Igwe Kara, Omarinze, Book of Igbo Tales, and Folk Tales from Igbo Land, that the last to be published.
Yeah, because these languages are very, very different.
Yeah.
What do you think of the people that refuse to speak Igbo to their children?
It's leveling their identity. I'm happy that all my children speak Igbo, speak French, speak English.
Yeah. Okay. So let's think about. So you came back, and you couldn't go to secondary school.
Yeah.
But you mentioned that you took GC London.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Did it happen?
There was that time when people had no go to college. You have correspondence college. There was a Woodsy Hall College in Hall by mail. I entered and entered for GCE ordinary level. They were sending me questions, sending me teaching I was doing. When I finished that, I took GCE ordinary level, GCE London, passed, and then they continued A level in British Constitution, religious education, and ancient history, and passed.
So you did 3 subjects for
Yeah,
A level.
For A level. And
So before you took the GCE O level, it took several years.
no, when that woman, Dutch woman, encouraged me,
Yeah.
I entered for GCE. She encouraged me after reading my book. I told her that she encouraged me to continue.
So you started GCE.
But I got GCE that time, so.
No, before you got GCE, how did you get to it? Who told you that there was a college?
Because those advisors, my advisors, Gabriel Roba,
Okay.
he advised me to take tuition.
So
Since
that's from people from your family?
Yeah, he was a teacher. He told me about that correspondence college. I took Wilson. He gave me address. I took Wilson College.
So you paid with your fees?
We are paid. It's not costly. Paid for four subjects and passed GCE London A level, O
So
level.
O level. So that for O level, what did you study?
English language, Igbo language, ancient history, and British Constitution.
Okay. You didn't do mathematics?
No, I didn't do mathematics.
Okay.
English, Igbo, religious studies, and ancient history.
Okay. So you took that, and then how did you study? Because it was difficult. There was no light.
But with bush lamp,
Oriana.
Oriana, and then they send you. You get the pamphlet. You read the instructions and answer the questions.
Okay.
After you send them back, they mark, and miraculously, some of the questions you ask are repeated in GCE. So when they come, you just is what you have learned. You write it and you pass.
You said one time that when you needed advice, you needed to walk several kilometers to ask advice.
Yeah.
Who did you go to?
When I was in soccer, I go to people now, like Madewes or that.
No, not in Suka. When you were in Enugu, for example, but
there are people, teachers and others.
Okay, so you were asking teachers,
Yes.
and then you do your homework.
Yeah.
And the miracle was that post office was working very well.
Yeah, it was working very well that time. There's no
Wow.
that thing. Post office was working very well.
Wow. So you go to the post office,
And post. And then after some time, within 2 weeks, it will come back.
So you did the O level, and when you passed that O level, how did you feel?
I was happy. I entered for A level and passed. When I passed, I applied for University of Ibadan, and I was qualified. I was taken, and miraculously at that time, I don't know. I said I won't go, and then the English woman wrote. I sent her that I passed, but I'm not going.
Okay, thank you.